Hi, my name is Maya, and I am here with,
Bogdan.
and we are just going to be interviewing him about his stay here. So, what made you decide to become an exchange student?
So the reason I applied to the Flex Exchange program was because I heard this conversation in my class once about some kids telling about the program, and that got me interested to applying. And at the beginning, I applied to see how far my English level would get me. But when I see I actually did good, I next year I applied with more seriosity, and I actually got accepted. And it was more of a dream I had since I was little to just visit America itself, and that was like my big opportunity.
How has your experience been so far?
My experience so far has been, I would say, also good, but I also would compare it to like this bumpy ride. There are some times when it's harder, but there's always you can look to the future and think on something good that will get you through the day. And if you have a good time here, you will start forgetting about the bad stuff and focus more on what's here. And that is like the goal of that I put myself to. And also, that's what the program wants you to do.
What do you miss most about home?
About home, I probably miss my friends. For example, also how my school was and how I learned there and stuff. Also, I really miss my family, and that's natural. But all of those things, as I said, you don't uh, try paying attention to what's back home. You have to focus more on what's here to make new friends here and kind of live your life as an American.
Can you tell me more about your country's food? Like, what is your traditional food?
So we have a huge variety of traditional food that comes from all the heritages from like for example, so Russia, or we have Roman style cuisine that's mostly based on Eastern Europe cuisines. And some examples I would say I could give is also Mama Liga, stuffed dumplings. We have many varieties of meat. Also, we have this pies that we have that are really good, and those pies can be filled with like potatoes and stuff, or like we also have like cherries that the stuff pies are, and also we have some desserts. This little buns that are like more like donuts. They go really well with some like sour cream or some jam, and all in all, they reflect our culture, and we could make them like on holidays and stuff that we all enjoy.
Are those potato pies, are they like sweet potatoes or just
They are
regular?
salty, so like, but like, they're supposed to be salty, but we make them with just normal potatoes.
It's weird because like pies here are like always sweet.
Yeah, and they're not open pies; they're like enclosed pies in a
Mhm.
doughy, I would say, like structure.
Interesting. What are some important holidays in your country and how do people celebrate them?
Some important holidays we have are all linked to Christianity. We have some special ones that have been recently. For example, on the 1st of March, we have this holiday called the Marzi Shore, where we just hand out some pins uh, to announce the start of spring. Or we have on the 8th of March the day that we celebrate women. But we also have, for example, when it's Christmas, we also celebrate the Old Christmas, which is on another day, and Old New Year, which are all like more linked to just Christianity. We also celebrate Easter there, and we do more, as in we go also to the church, and we also give some stuff to the people on Easter. We have some special traditions at birth. For example, the kids would get baptized. That's a thing we do when they're 1 or 2 years old. And also, we just celebrate. We have like the wine day, the city day, or the national costume day. Those are all holidays that happen on a specific day, and we usually get like a free day off from school, for example, and we celebrate those.
What is your country's capital like, and what are some like landmarks, famous landmarks?
So I'm from the capital, and it's the biggest city we have in our country. It is more modernized, I would say, compared to the other cities we have, but still not to that level, that European level. But we're working on to it. We have many historical places. The city capital in its center has many old buildings that reflect our history, and they're being maintained, some of them in a good shape, from the main streets, so that when you walk onto them, you feel like you're more in a historical zone. But there are tons of parks, museums that just have more information on, for example, all the writers or important people that we had in our history, to teach tourists that, for example, come about our history more and our traditions and culture. And I would say, if you know where to look, you could find like really beautiful places in our city capital.
Are there any unique customs or traditions that you find interesting?
So I really find interesting the city day. It's a day where we go into the city center and just celebrate it. We have a big concert and many people gather around. And because it always like kind of falls on a school day, we don't get a school, so we go with friends out somewhere and we just do something, or with the family. And also, I really like the 1st of March tradition, where we hand out these small pens that are red and white, and you're just supposed to give like someone one. And if you are given one, you should wear it for the entirety of March, just to have like good luck. And there are these small holidays that I wouldn't think about uh, as big, but they really hold up that culture behind them, and that's what makes them unique for me, and just gives me an opportunity to think about my country and celebrate it.
What is school like in your country, and like how is it different from here?
Our school, for example, has classes from 1 to 12th grade, and it's bigger in terms of stories, but I feel like we have the same amount of students back in my school to here. Um, we have more classes per grade, so you would have, say, 10th grade, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, just so we like spread the kids, and there are like 30 kids per class on average, and we have way more classes, or like kids are supposed to take way more classes back at home than here. And it in the end it's like more work to do, but it also just is supposed to make a kid good in all of the areas. And it's sometimes fun. I miss my school, so sometimes I would compare it to what I have here. But I never like got the opportunity, for example, back at my home country, to like take sports or something that is outside the science region, I would say. So here you have more opportunities to choose what do you want to go to and stuff. So that's some differences.
Do they not have any sports back
We
then?
do have sports, but it's more on the classes profile. So a class could be doing dances, or a class could be doing instrumentals, and a class could be doing sports. For me, I done dancing till 9th grade, and after that, you stop doing it in 10th grade till 12th.
What subjects do students usually take?
It's the students don't get to take the subjects; they are assigned um, from this list, and everyone takes them. And when, for example, students go, say, from 4th grade to 5th grade, they will have introduced history or science, and then the science gets broken down to biology and physics, and we also then take chemistry. It's more like steps, and each year gets harder, or at least introduces a new subject. So, but and also when a new subject is introduced, an old one gets removed. But that happens to be, for example, technology or arts or music. The main ones are math, Romanian, which is our primary language, English, and some other sciences and history.
How has the Flex program impacted your life so far?
It changed me a lot as a person and made me realize some things that I haven't realized back at home. Living here in another country also made me taught me how to talk better with other people, and also showed me how is living here like, which was the main reason for the program here. Um, I could say after I go back home, I will tell everyone about it and how it was my life here, and it's a good program. You know, they really teach you about it before you go, and throughout the process, you just learn by yourself, and it's a good idea, I would say, for the Flex program to send students here.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for your time. That concludes our interview for today.
Thank you so much for having me.